I've met the president on a number of occasions in small meetings, breakfast meetings, but this is the first, I should say, direct meeting with him, almost 1.5 hours, to deliberate bilateral issues, regional issues, and I, of course, delighted and thanked him for giving that recognition, because after all he has met opposition leaders in Australia, New Zealand and other countries, and he represents a democratic country. Many of our leaders met Aung San Suu Kyi when she was on the opposition. I don't think it's something peculiar only to UMNO. They think it is a crime for anybody to meet elected personnel, because, as I told the president, an MP can also be barred from entering a state in Malaysia. That sounds ridiculous to many people, but that's a reality. So I used the opportunity, of course, when asked, then presented the petition in court for his consideration, at least his understanding, and evidence of massive fraud, rigging, no access to the media at all during the entire campaign, electoral rolls never clearly verified by the opposition. Indelible ink was a blatant lie. It was not the case in the first instance, deliberately done. And the presence of foreigners. And I also caution, yes, there are also a number of Indonesians that we believe were given the voting rights. And it's quite transparent. What I've said to him is what I said then following a day to the Indonesian media. I then proceeded to Jakarta and met Yusuf Kala, the former deputy president, who admitted that he has been engaging both myself and Datuk Seri Najib. And I then clarified to him to say that it's not a question of my not wanting to proceed with any attempt to maintain peace in the spirit of reconciliation. But I had to remind him that what was agreed was the following. Number one, ethical conduct of the campaign. This is prior to nominations. What was agreed by Datuk Najib and Anwar is, number one, ethical conduct of the campaign, which means no personal slander, no fitna in the media, access to all parties in the media. Number two, free and fair elections. And I told Pak Yusuf Kala, electoral roll not clear, a lot of questions relating to early voters, 500,000 voting, no verification, no monitoring. Okay, so this was agreed. Fair and free election. Number three, in the predicated upon the two earlier issues, number three, then we say there must be a smooth transition so that both parties accept the results. And number four, there must be a spirit of unity, in the sense that must be reconciliation, no malice, no witch hunt on the part of the ruling party. Now, I mentioned to Pak Yusuf, was there ethical conduct of the campaign or access to the media? No. Were the elections free and fair? No. In fact, we have seen the worst rigging and fraud in the history of this country. So, I then proceeded to present my case to the Indonesian media, because they were, of course, a bit aware. But I also maintain that if there was a keenness on any part of anyone, including Datuk Seri Najib, to me, we don't need to meet in Jakarta quietly or secretly. We can meet in a transparent manner in Parliament or his office, and Pakatan Rakyat can be invited. Then we can go with Tugu Hadi Awang and Kit Siang, and we meet and discuss. What is the problem? Why must we meet in London or New York or Jakarta for that matter? I don't mind visiting Jakarta, but I don't think we have secret meetings. Okay. Yeah.
So did you get an invitation from Najib's side or anybody from Najib's? Like how the report said that Dato' Zainal was the one who was supposed to preach the...
Yeah, I read the Malaysia Insider story, which I don't know where they pick it from, but there was no basis to that story.
So
Because by the time I arrived, Zahid was not there. There was no communications with Zahid, no direct communication. But I know that Najib was in communication with Pak Yusof Kala. Pak Yusof Kala invited me for dinner. I was not able to attend the dinner, so I went to see him after dinner. And that he conveyed some views, and I listened, and I reminded him about the issue of mass rigging and fraud in the last elections.